money in hip hop. It was just um, dancing, partying, making a name for yourself. Some people did it in the wrong way, some people did it in the right way, but that's how hip hop began. Reputation, it's called street credibility. We did it by battling, partying with the girls, going from ghetto to ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop had a start in the late 60s when we had the jazz dancers, the original Harlem jazz dancers. They did dances from the Charleston to the Lindy Hop. Then we had the Latino community in Spanish Harlem, where they did dances like the mambo, mostly the mambo. And then when you get these two groups of people in a club, like the Palladium or the Savoy, what you're gonna get is a wild and crazy party where they're mixing both styles of dance. And that's the basics of what we do. If you take a Lindy Hop or Charleston, and you add a rumba, you get this. What we call rocking. It was a lot of what we call jitterbug, Lindy Hop, and mambo, and rumba. A lot of hands in the air. As the music changed, the dance developed other things like the boogaloo, and we turned that into the body rock. That's what we call rocking. From there, rocking took over. When the James Brown sound came on, and Give It Up, Turn It Loose, and those type of beats, the Mexican, Baby Huey's Listen to Me, Black Skin, Blue Eyed Boy by the Equals. These songs changed the game. Life and Death and G&A. These songs were the music that made the dancers act a little different. They called it disco in the beginning, but eventually they became two sounds. The James Brown sound, which sounded like this, and then the Philadelphia sound that sounded like this. What we call disco and house today came from Philadelphia. Those two distinct sounds changed the game of street dance in New York. The Philadelphia sound went towards a style we call freestyle, but you might know as lofting. Then it went into another dance called the huevo. It went into the Spanish hustle, and then it went into house. And the James Brown sound went right to hip hop. And that's how hip hop came out, when Kool Herc took the James Brown sound and focused on the break. But at one time, breaking and house, in my humble opinion, came right from rocking. From rocking, you could see the steps. If I bring you today a person who I hope to bring to Europe soon, his name is Willie Estrada, Marine Boy. Who knows Marine Boy? Throw your hands up. These are the people doing real research. They doing serious research. Marine Boy did the Spanish hustle and a dance called rocking, and he's teaching again. We really want to get him out here to teach the original late 60s, early to mid 70s street dance that led to hip hop, freestyle, house, all these steps. But the connection is there. The lifestyle in the hood was very rough, so everything that we did was ghetto, so you could see all the hand gestures were either for the ladies or for the guys. The ladies or the guys. It was one or the other. And then the battle took away from the street fighting. So that's basically a basic rundown. Any questions before I build any more? I would like to find out what anybody else thinks before I say the next thing I'm gonna say. Please ask, dig deep in your brain, because I am leaving tomorrow. There you go. I say rocking started in the late 60s, but hip hop technically started in 1973 when Kool Herc threw the Sweet 16, a party for his little sister, and then you know the rest. I say 73, hip hop started. But remember, back then, the word hip hop did not exist. the word hip hop was a rhyme. We went hip hop, shoo wop, the bop, hibby dibby, hibby to the hop. That was something that all the MCs said. Africa Bambaataa was asked in 1981, what do you call this culture? He could not say rocking because that name is taken with rock music. He said hip hop. It's the first thing that came out of his head. Hip hop, because that's the first thing a MC would say in the crowd. What's up, party people? What's up? How you doing? Yeah, hip hop, shoo wop, the bop. That was a common thing. That's why it's called hip hop. Originally, everything was called rocking. Rock and fly sneakers, rock a fly hat, rock a nice belt buckle, rock down the street with your girl, body rock, up rock, down rock, floor rock, graffiti rock. Everything was rocking. That was the original phrase before the word hip hop. Good stuff, come on y'all. I'm sweating up here. Give it up. Knowledge. Yes. Good question. What does the word hip hop mean? Well, it's a kind of a gibberish word, but it does have a meaning. The original meaning from the American perspective from the 50s, hip means cool. I'm hip, I'm cool, or I understand. You know, you can hear it in all the songs from the 50s and the early 60s. They say a lot of times, yo man, you gotta get hip. That means you gotta get cool or you gotta understand. And the hop was a party, like a jam. You ever heard that song, let's go to the hop? Let's go to the hop, come on now, let's go to the hop. That means like, let's go to the party. So I guess it means cool party. I don't know. Hip party, cool jam, I don't know. But it's something that the radio disc jockeys would say that entertain the crowd. That's what an MC really does. Party rock, entertain the crowd. We're all party rockers, y'all know that. Our main objective is to rock the party. The circle and the battle is secondary. Party is number one. Rock the party. Come on, y'all. Yeah, that's right. Knowledge, y'all. Knowledge. Like I said, when the B-boys enter the club, they didn't hit the circle. They hit the bar, or they hit and then they hit the girls. And then James Brown comes on, then they get busy and battle, then they step back to the ladies. Okay, next question. Come on, y'all. Ask. There you go. Excellent question. What dances or cultural parts are under hip hop? This is where it gets a little confusing because everybody knows popping and locking as hip hop. And I say it's okay to say that, but that's technically not true. Hip hop is from New York. The funk movement that was brought out from California, they called it many things. G-funk and, West Coast funk. That was separate. If you look at a map, California is on the opposite side of the United States, very far. Technically, popping and locking is not hip hop. It's not. We don't even dress the same. But it got confusing in 1981 when the TV shows and the movies exploited the culture and they put everything under one umbrella. And to be honest, we loved the West Coast dance styles and they loved the New York styles. We didn't care because we became friends and brothers and sisters. So that is our sister-brother culture in the West Coast. And yes, it's okay to say it's hip-hop. There's no harm in saying it's hip-hop. But when you teach in your classes, it's best to also explain the real truth. They were separate in the beginning, all the way till 81. Okay? Now, the electric boogie. Why is electric boogie important? When I tell the story over and over again. When I first judged Just a Boo in 2008, I had not had a passport in a long time, and I saw a lot of what they call popping, or what we call electric boogie, in the hip-hop battles. Now, when you look at Link, look at Stretch, when you look at people like Stretch and other members of Elite Force, they were electric boogie dancers. And that's why you see what we call electric boogie in the hip-hop dance contest. You understand? And I taught you the first boogie steps. Buddha Stretch will tell you the same thing. Technically, boogie is bad popping, but it's good hip hop. It's okay to do electric boogie and hip hop, but don't lose the body rock. Don't stop this, and don't stop the party dances. Don't do a whole electric boogie solo, because you're gonna lose if you do it with me. You gotta mix it up, boogie and party dance, and freestyle and creativity. I hope that didn't confuse you, but that's the truth. It's knowledge, y'all, it's knowledge. What happened was this. In hip hop, we watch Soul Train. We love Soul Train. And the Electric Boogaloos performed on Soul Train, and the only word we remember was Electric Boogie. We didn't have a VHS or a DVD. We only saw it once. And all we could think of, that do dance called Electric Boogie. And this is a common step in Latino dance. We go to shuffles in house, and that's why we shuffle from side to side. It's a common New York movement, but we borrowed all the concepts and angles of the Boogaloos, and we called it Electric Boogie, and we did it like this. Now here's an interesting story. I'm gonna name you a whole bunch of boogie dancers. People don't know this. Buddha Stretch, he's an electric boogie dancer. Conrad, the house dancer, he was an electric boogie dancer. Willie Ninja, the Vulgar, is an electric boogie dancer, which is why he walks like this. The shoulder pop. We used to battle all together. Willie Ninja, Stretch, Fable, Conrad, I remember, as a great house dancer. A lot of famous people mix electric boogie with their style. So, Boogie Boys rule, Boogie Boys, y'all. I could do electric boogie, but I don't do the pop. I do electric boogie now as a hip hop dance. So I do it without the pop, and it looks cool, even if you don't do the pop. Okay.